Hello, everybody, and welcome to set three. Light is halfway to an all kill, up 2-0, and finally, STX has put out Cal, who they should have put out in the second set. Cal, also known as Gojilla, which is a straight up baller name. They're saving him for this is Bloodspot, but it's better known as Fighting Spirit, and which is a very fun map for Protoss versus Terran. Like Fighting Spirit is, or Bloodspot, whatever you want to call it, is it seems like it's the new thing to replace Python. It was like, or maybe Destination, however you see it. This is like the new standard map that everyone's playing. All the matchups are very close. It's not imbalanced really in any way, and it's a very fun map, and there's a lot of options on it. Pretty much I love this map. And finally, Cal's playing for STX Seoul. STX Seoul is the worst coach team in the league. They play Frozian, and they don't know who's good at what matchup on their opponent's team. So they're like, okay, time to play calm or whatever. It's like I don't even know what they do. I don't know what the coaches get paid for because obviously they don't actually think about coaching. Um, Light is doing that little cute thing where you put your supply depot under your command center so that the SCVs pop out on the right side of it instead of the left side. That's just a neat little trick that you can do to slightly improve your economy if your mineral patches are on the right. And I'm expecting Cal, because he's probably one of the top four Protoss versus Terrans in the world, to roll over Light, who's under 50%, in the Firebat hero-esque range of Terran versus Protoss. Although I shouldn't make fun of him anymore since he got that one all kill. But anyway, I've been talking for way too long, and I'm along with Soul, who is just so fun to commentate with. So I'll let him talk.
Because I have nerdgasms over science vessels exploding. But more importantly, you see like putting this forward barracks gonna try and put whatever pressure he can, or just float it out to get a scout. But whatever he does with that, you kind of think Cal in this matchup is a player who can do whatever the hell he wants and get away with it, and Light is kind of the player who has to do quadruple proxies, starports, and then try and win that way because there's no way if he plays standard he can beat that likes of Cal in a macro game because Cal just has such a great understanding of PvT and such a great PvT game that Light's kind of like on the poop deck right now. He's kind of on the back foot after the split happened. So he is going to be having to do something kind of cheesy. And that Marine would be able to punish a 12 Nexus, I suppose. It's going to be used as a scout, though. That's kind of interesting. And it's going to pass that probe. Maybe get the probe, but I highly doubt the factory is going down in light space. No proxies. I think that's a mistake, not to cheese Cal, honestly, at this time. The probe does get away, and Light, thinking that Cal is at the top right because he saw the scout go down, he's going to send his Marine in great expectancy to the top right. And this probe is going to get in, I would expect, different from the likes of one who is up 2-0 against a team. But, it's all good. With the scout's going to get in. It's not going to see too much. It's just going to see a standard game with no cheese, no funky stuff. And now Light has got the SCV blocked in the ramp. I'm looking at the mini map. It did get turned away. Looked like it was going to get in. But now the first Dragoon is out. I don't know what Cal did, but that's quite a bit. That's an earlier Dragoon that I was expecting him to have. The machine shop is just starting. And Leia is going to have to retreat up his ramp to have hope of defending if Cal decides to pressure with 2 or 3 Dragoons.
I expected Light actually to use that Rax for scouting, but it looks like he's actually bringing it back. Um, Light's preparing to go for one fact into CC, and one thing I wanted to comment on is that this game's like so far is like a clinic on just the little things building placement can do. Oh wow, it looks like Cal is actually poised to go for a very quick expansion. Instead of going for some kind of tech, a lot of times we see obs first. I think is probably one of the most, if not the most, traditional Protoss versus Terran builds, going for an observatory, but he's going to get that Nexus up really early. What I was going to say is that Cybernetics Core, which is upgrading Dragoon range, is placed in such a way that the SCV can't evade being picked off by going around and around the minerals. Because the Cybernetics Core will block it off. So another scout going to be denied, but it probably is going to be able to see that Nexus. that is a reaction shot from Light. Oh, I saw that Nexus, but he doesn't really like react facially to everything he sees. So I guess the cameraman not getting what he hoped for there. Mines, it looks like, have been the first thing to be upgraded uh, out of Light, and that little attack that he expected Cal to do never really came out for Cal. And Cal now throwing up a robotics facility in a second gateway. A lot of times we see like one gate obs or two gate expand, but it's really rare that a Protoss will go one gate expand. But cross positions when your opponent's going to one factory into command center is probably the best time to do it. And Cal making a good decision there, and he's almost definitely going to get away with it, despite the fact that Light's got a window of opportunity to abuse mines. Light's not going to be taking advantage of that anytime soon.
I don't like the decision to get mines first. Actually, I think Light should, if Light had got siege first, a robotics facility bay and an observatory is going down in Cal Space. By the way, I have to interrupt myself to say that. More importantly, if Light had bothered to get siege mode first, he would and got the gas somehow, some way, to get 3 siege tanks instead of 3 vultures out. He would have been able to push Cal's front and Cal would have just been in such a bad position that I think Light would actually be in an excellent position to take an all kill because Cal is the only PvT person that I think on MBC that I mean STX that could take out Light, and Light is the TVZ rapist. He just rapes Zergs every day, every minute of the day. Now he's putting down a starboard and pushing out into the middle of the map here. Gonna try and pressure Cal, who's putting down a Citadel now for Zelt leg speed. I don't think he's gonna be going for a High Templar or Dark Templar just yet, and it's a little late for a Dark Templar rush. And Light's gonna be able to siege up in front of Cal's natural expansion, but the Observer is gonna see it. Are we gonna get the Observer snipe? No, Light's just waltzing in here, actually. No siege yet. No siege, no siege, no siege.